Hello.
We're back. Oh, hi.
Hello, everyone. It's Traitors Thursday.
Oh, what an episode.
Yes. It was
First
a crazy
of all,
episode.
the fashion.
Well, let's wait a second for everybody to come in
All
before
right.
we get into it.
Yeah, you're right. You
want to give everybody a chance.
Yes, give everybody a chance.
My head is cold, so I'm going to put on my hat.
It's freaking freezing in here. My shoulders are cold.
Yeah. Everybody's got a blanket because we're going to be chilling out, literally talking about the Traitors. But how's everybody's week?
Oh, great.
It's February.
February in the Northeast.
Yeah. It's cold and snowy.
Yeah.
Robin Sumner in the house.
Woo woo.
Thank you so much for the package. We're going to be opening
Yeah,
that up
be
at the end
opening
of tonight's stream. Very nice. Sin Cat, hello. Gail Murphy Comedy, hello. Welcome.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
I am absolutely freezing. I feel like putting my coat on.
You should
Why
grab
is it so freaking
grab your
cold
robe
in
from the
here?
bathroom.
Should I?
Probably because we're near a giant window.
Yeah.
And a door.
The rats could probably crawl into the door.
Possibly. Oh my goodness. I wonder if some people are still finishing up tonight's episode because I feel like it was kind of on the longer end. It was very good though. But we started it right around 8:30, so we were able to finish it in good time. But yeah, some people might still be watching it. Are you guys enjoying your Thursday? We had a little bit of a different day today because it snowed this morning. I usually come over around noon on a Thursday, but today I came over at like 5. Oh, robe over a blanket.
I feel like a Michelin woman because I have my regular clothes on.
You're quilted.
With
quilted
robe
and belted.
And a freaking fleece blanket and a like warm-up suit jacket.
Yeah. They always say you gotta dress in layers.
Oh, this layered all right. It's like 6 layers.
You're like an ogre and an onion.
Peel me. I should grab my hat. I actually sometimes wear a hat to sleep.
Sometimes you gotta.
It's cold.
Yeah. It is. I feel like I'm gonna have a
meltdown.
No,
like
an acid reflux situation. But
is it the pizza?
It's probably pizza and ice cream. But I'll be okay.
Do you want me to grab the Tums?
No.
You sure?
Not until I have like an explosion.
I can.
No.
Why not be proactive?
Because I don't want to like have something in my mouth right now. Rob says he hated all the bugs and the snakes in tonight's episode.
Yeah, it was so unnecessary.
I'm really not a fan of when they include animals and insects in challenges like that.
Why didn't they just use feces or something?
I mean,
at least no one gets hurt with that.
Yeah, my issue is when they use animals and insects like that, you're putting the animals in a situation where you've got people like screaming and like freaking out.
Freaking out the animals.
That's got to be freaking out the animals. Plus the bugs. Like, I'm sure the snakes were okay safety wise, but like the bugs, I'm sure some of them got like smushed and killed by accident, and I hate that.
What would you have used in place of that?
I would have done a different type of challenge. Like, we don't need to be doing that. We can create fear in other ways, right?
You mean actors?
I don't know, something, but like it doesn't need to be like that.
Why not just hold the knife to their throat?
I
mean, what's worse, dog poop or human poop? Like, what if they flip that box open and drop the Duke in there?
I think human poop is worse.
You think?
Yeah, I'd rather deal with dog poop.
That's true.
I mean, you got to pick that up all the time.
Not
with your bare hands, but still, like.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something worse about human.
All right,
poop.
but then what's worse, vomit or poop? What if they opened up the box and somebody just like project?
This is so disgusting. I don't know.
Vomited.
I don't know which one's worse. Maybe vomit's worse because it's got like acid in it. I don't know.
What would be worse? Fresh vomit, like that's still warm, or ice cold vomit?
What's worse? The hot one, duh. Come on.
All right.
All right, we're moving on from this because I'm legit gonna throw up.
All right. Sorry.
Okay. So, welcome to the Traitors Season 3, Episode 6 chat. Tell us which one is worse for you.
Yeah.
Rob says this is not Fear Factor. Amen. Okay. Last time, Wes was banished.
Yes.
Another cage boy out the door.
He's 2 for 2 this season.
Yeah. Well, because then it was time for the murder.
Right.
And the traitors are up in the turret. They are not getting along at all.
Carolyn is ready to take out Danielle to her face.
Yeah, she was like to Rob, we gotta go after Danielle. And Danielle's like, I'm not letting you just do that.
I'm coming at you.
Yeah, there was also a little tidbit that they reminded us of before the turret action.
The turret action?
Yeah, Derek was all like to Dylan, if I am murdered, I think Rob's a traitor and I think Brittany's a traitor. So now you know that Dylan is going to latch on to this idea that Brittany is a traitor. I feel like he even could potentially accept that Rob is a traitor, but he's such a fanboy of all these shows.
He's such a He-Man woman hater that he's going to stick with the guys.
Yeah, I feel like he didn't care that Rob was a traitor, and he was like, I'm working with him. I'm working with Boston Rob, so whatever.
I'm Boston Rob's little spoon.
Yeah, so that was annoying. But you know that's going to come up later.
Yeah.
So, okay, back in the turret. They're trying to figure out who do we even murder, because that's still a thing that needs to happen.
So they're throwing out names.
Well, they also have to consider who has a shield, because there are 3 shields in play, and they were not just like presented openly.
Right.
So they're like trying to compare notes on this, and Rob is like, I'm not saying who got the shield from my group. I'm not sharing that. Wow. That's a lot. It is a lot. That you would just see the distrust with these traitors. They do not trust each other.
Well, Carolyn had a shield, so they really only had to come up with
that's true. Figure out who 2 of them were.
Yeah.
So yeah. They had also kind of a limited group to choose from because 2 of the people eligible that weren't traitors had shields.
Right.
So Rob is going through names. And he's like, well, I kind of want Derek murdered because he called me out at the round table. Is that like obvious though?
No, we are not murdering Derek. He is my big brother husband.
Yeah, I mean, she was considering him her closest connection in the castle because they're both from Big Brother. I guess Brittany, the trust was broken on Reindeer Games, so she was number 2. But yeah, she was really trying to go to bat for Derek. I just feel like it's so dumb for Rob to want Derek out like that because isn't it obvious? But yet
it's not obvious. That was his whole strategy was
I'm being framed. I think someone's trying to frame me.
It would be so obvious if I would get rid of him.
And he did.
Well, okay, Captain Obvious. You just played yourself.
Well, then they were like, should it be Sam?
No.
Hasn't really done much. No. Dylan?
No.
Danielle was like, no, he loves me. He loves you. He's like Barney. Sierra? No. Danielle did not want that. So they were really having issues figuring out who they were going to murder.
They had to check their FAQs.
Check the rule book.
Find out what happens if the traitors can't agree on who to murder.
I mean, what does happen?
I think they probably make them stay in there
until there's a decision.
Until they come to a decision.
Somebody's got to bend at some point, right?
Exactly. Or maybe they're like, all right, we're taking away part of your stipend. Ooh. If,
hit them where it hurts.
Exactly. Take that money, honey.
Mm-hmm. Haley says, hi, Peanut Butter Licks.
Yeah.
Bubby, come on. Stop. You're a good boy.
You already have
a
very delicious rawhide-free chicken roll.
Oh.
You're not having another one.
Bubby, you can only have one of those.
You better lay down.
Lay down, handsome.
Lay down. Oh, you're going to get kicked out of the turret if you don't stop.
Bowie, please.
Lay down, sir.
All right. Well, Bowie.
Get down, Mr. Peanut Butter.
Lay down, handsome. Should I keep going?
Yes.
Okay. So the decision was eventually made by the traitors. It's time to go to breakfast.
Yes.
So everybody's filing in their little groups. And Ivar is still there. Brittany is disgusted because all he does is make tea. Brittany
He does absolutely nothing.
I know. Sean Davis says Brittany had me cracking up this episode. I do feel like Brittany was really on another level here. She was cracking those jokes, doing what she does in the diary room, right? Killing it. But yeah, she's getting really annoyed with Ivar just like being furniture. And then Gabby comes in and she didn't even realize that Ivar was in the room.
Because he doesn't do anything. He doesn't make any noise except his little key clinking.
And she was like, I thought Ivar was going to be murdered. Like, I think it's going to be him. And then he was there. He was like, but I'm Ivar. So, yeah, she didn't even realize he was right there. Chloe.
He's being very, very naughty.
Sorry for the barks, guys.
Here, rip this apart.
Oh. Chloe, no.
Lay down.
Hold for barking.
No.
Chloe.
He's being very bad.
All right. So they find out it was down to either Boston Rob, who we know is not going to be murdered, but they don't know that. A lot of them really don't know that because they're under his spell. So Boston Rob, Derek, or Dylan. So in walks in Boston Rob and Dylan, which means that Derek was murdered. Oh no. Hanley says Boston Rob getting rid of the other two cage boys while the idea of one of them must be a traitor still floats around. Right? I mean, that was a whole thing of Bob the Drag Queen saying that, right? And then Bob the Drag Queen was murdered. So people put the pieces together, right? Figure it out. But unfortunately, at least half of this cast does not think that way. So they were missing that piece.
Sorry, I had to whip up a little potion.
It's okay. What was it?
Some peanut butter powder.
Okay. So that's a second cage boy down. Rob is the last cage boy remaining.
Cage diva down.
Cage diva down. Danielle was very upset about Derek's murder, which was not a real murder. Let's keep reminding ourselves that.
These people just take this crap just too seriously. It is a friggin' game.
Yeah, I mean, she was really taking it to heart. She was crying, and this time, I don't think she was acting. I think those were real tears.
Yeah.
But it was freaking people out. They were like, why is she crying so much right now?
Mm-hmm.
So we get a flashback to the turret during the Traitors discussion.
Right.
And Danielle, she did not want Derek to go,
No.
but she did compromise. I love how Boston Rob was like, just give me this one and then we're all good.
You've had every other one.
You've gotten what you wanted like the whole entire time. What do you mean give me this one? That was a bit much.
So, all right, clean slate.
Yeah.
Clean slate after this.
But they all agreed. If they got rid of Derek, then they're all good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sure they're all good.
Give it up.
Yeah. So after breakfast, which also I loved when Alan was like, oh, Derek with 2 R's. RRIP. That was a great line.
Wonderful.
Love it. I always love his little line when he's throwing the photo of the murdered person.
He didn't break Derek's frame though.
They're not all gonna break.
It was too strong.
I guess. So after breakfast, everybody's breaking up and going on their own. Tom Sandoval.
Oh, Tom.
He's actually making sense.
Tom's like, hey, you know what? I think it might be Boston Rob.
I hate how much I'm enjoying Sandoval on the show.
I'm not enjoying him. I don't even know how to describe how I feel about Tom Sandoval.
I'm sorry, but for me, he's bringing the entertainment.
It's a mixture of disgust, disdain.
That's still there as well, but he is bringing the entertainment, in my opinion.
Disbelief.
Yeah. Well, every 5 seconds, he's like...
The facials.
Yeah. So he is thinking it's Boston Rob. He's trying to get people on board with him.
And
but,
everybody's like, no.
I mean, at this point, he's kind of the boy who cried wolf.
He is the boy who cried wolf.
People are not going to be inclined to believe him. But before we get into all that, it's time for the challenge.
Oh, boy.
Everybody's going to be dressing up and pairing up.
Pair up, baby. Find your work wife or husband.
Oh! You know that the fashion is going to be next level when they tell them straight up, you're going to be dressing up.
And they gave them the clothes.
The show is giving them the clothes.
They had to.
This is like the funeral from last season, but now it's a wedding.
Do you think they were fitted for these clothes when they were still in America?
Yeah, it's possible.
And yeah, I think they definitely went for some fittings.
Yeah.
And this was no surprise that they were going to be dressed up in these outfits.
Yeah. I mean, the looks we're giving, but we're not. We
Mhm.
got to talk about the pre challenge
No
first.
crumbs.
Still, so Dylan, he's got that information
Mhm.
in his back pocket from before Derek left,
Right.
before Derek was murdered. He's all like, "Okay, Rob, I need to let you know that Derek told me he thinks you're a traitor. I'm not going to include that part. I'm not going to tell people that part.
Mhm.
But he also said he suspected Brittany, and he's going to jump all over that."
Right.
And of course, this is the little crack of the door that Boston Rob needs, right? Because he's like, okay, cool, I can exploit this.
To stick his big fat head in.
Exactly. Yeah, he can just ride that Brittany train and try and get people on her now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, ooh, thanks for that little morsel of info. And Dylan seems to really be going with the idea that Brittany could be a traitor. Doesn't seem to care that Rob most likely is.
Right. That's
so
his
surprising.
Romance.
Yeah.
Do you think he is lusting after Boston Rob in a reality TV sort of way?
Yes, because I believe he is a fan of all these
Right.
strategy type shows, right? So he
Mhm.
knew who Boston Rob was. He knows what he's capable of,
Mhm.
and yet he's still falling under his spell.
He's got the original Mist.
It's very Suri and Izzy from Big Brother.
Yes.
You know? So yeah, that's a thing that we're watching.
Mhm.
A bunch of the ladies were chatting, and they were thinking, you know, Danielle, she was crying a lot at that breakfast. Like, what's going on there?
Mhm.
Why is she crying like Derek is her lover who died?
Yeah, that's really weird.
Also, again, he wasn't actually murdered.
No. He probably just went to the holding place.
So then
Don't they show up at the end eventually?
I'm trying to think.
Is this like House of Villains where they like show up at the end and
I
they're
can't
like trying to
remember.
influence whoever's left, or
I feel like no, but I can't remember. I'm getting all my shows mixed up.
yeah.
Let us know in the comments if you guys remember. Okay. So then Rob and Dylan are still having their little conversation, and Tom walks in.
Mhm.
Tom's like, what are you guys thinking? What's going on?
I don't know.
So they decide, okay, we're gonna include Tom Sandoval in on this. We're gonna tell him. And they were like, yeah, so Derek said he thinks that Rob and Brittany are traitors. And it's interesting here because I feel like Tom has kind of gotten close with Brittany.
Mhm.
So I feel like he was not really inclined to believe that about Brittany. But he does not hold back. He's like, I don't know, Rob, maybe you are a traitor. And Rob seemed a little bit shocked to be called out like that to his face.
Yeah. But Tom Sandoval has zero credibility.
Again, Tom Sandoval has accused at least half of these people of being a traitor at this point.
Especially Chriselle.
So
who has done absolutely
and
nothing
Dolores,
except
like,
hang out with the Bambis.
He's accused quite a lot of people. So there's a good chance that they're not going to believe him.
Mm-hmm.
But Rob is taking this all in, right?
Right.
Okay.
See, that's why Boston Rob is so successful, because he does not get visibly rattled.
No, he doesn't. Cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
Okay. I know, Benjamin, we were talking about not being fans of them using the animals in the challenges. That needs to end. They need to stop doing that.
I really wish they would stop, because it's not right.
It's not. All right. Now we're going to talk about this week's challenge.
Okay.
Alan is wearing, again, an all-time great outfit.
He's got the little curl in the front with the 90s gel.
Yeah.
He's got the white suit he's going to an 80s prom.
He had the white suit for the breakfast, but then they added on all of the extra accessories.
The flower,
the
swag.
Yes,
and
the flowers. The veil.
The cloak.
everything. It was all working.
He had
so
the
well
little
together.
hip accentuators,
Mhm.
like Lucy Ricardo in I Love Lucy, when she has her cigarette pants on with the little bolero top with
Mhm.
the attached skirt.
Yeah, Alan, we love you, baby.
Yeah.
So everybody else was dressed in red and black, and the fashion was
Their fashion wasn't
lot
as
of
good
fun.
as Alan's.
I think a lot of them looked great. Some of them I was
Some
like,
of them better than others.
yeah.
Some of them did not have movie quality fashion.
I thought that they went above and beyond for the ladies. I feel like
Yes.
all the gowns were
Like
Mwah.
Tom Sandoval's jacket, and it seemed cheap.
some of the men's outfits were not as glamorous,
Yeah.
but they did stay in the color scheme of the black and the red.
Right.
All right. So everybody had to pair up.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, who's gonna be together?
Well,
So,
we had Sam and Ivar,
uh-huh.
the two
Duds.
donut holes.
Two pieces of furniture. Ah! And okay, Alan was also like, all right, you're pairing up, but the pairs are gonna go up against each
head
other.
to head.
Yeah. So Sam and Ivar were gonna be going up against Tom Sandoval and Dylan Efron.
Oh, two bros.
Uh-oh. Okay,
I know.
Sierra and Rob, this was an interesting pairing, would be going up against Dolores and Chriselle. Dolores was all like, I got the best partner. She's so strong. She's great. She's amazing.
She sure was.
Oh boy. Danielle and Brittany, big brother.
Yeah.
They seem to be mending some fences here. They are
Yeah.
going up against Abby and Carolyn.
Very bad. Sorry, guys. I don't know
Bowie,
what he
we
just
need to
wants
do the show.
to hold us hostage for this.
Where's the spray bottle?
Oh, now you're ready to spray him?
He's gonna get hosed down. Bowie,
Lay down.
lay down.
You are not getting any more treats.
You can't
I'm
have
sorry.
any more treats. You have to stay healthy.
Lay down. I'll just show it to him.
All right. So those are the pairings.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby's, oh my God, he's looking at you. You better open this bag up. Someone posted a meme comparing Dolores to the movie Tu Wong Fu with the red dress. I don't know that movie, so I can't. Do you know that movie? I've heard of it, but I don't like remember. Interesting. Okay.
Isn't that just like one of those traditional like form-fitting Asian dresses?
Oh, like with the collar?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Okay, we have the pairings, and it's a graveyard wedding.
It is a graveyard wedding.
The set for this, the costumes, everything was so cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. Right?
Yeah, that's the setting for the Cage Boys too. I was
Yeah, the
expecting
Cage
to
Boys.
see the cages still hanging there, but they weren't.
Can you imagine if the Cage Boys just had to go back to their cages once they were eliminated?
That would have been amazing.
They just gotta chill in there like in Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
With the Iceman.
He stole my shoes.
Yeah. Bubby, the sneakers.
He stole the sneakers.
Yeah. Not watching Tu Wong Fu is a crime. I'm sorry. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen. You should ask my husband about that. He likes to make fun of me for that.
He's seen every movie in the world.
He has seen like every single movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so the way this challenge works, like we said, there's two duos going head to head at a time.
On a plinth.
And what they have to do is hold. So he's getting more.
It's a fish skin. I mean,
all right. You have to hold your partner's hand for 8 minutes in order to bank $4,500 for the prize pot.
So I believe, what was it, 29,000 possible or something like that?
Okay. And I mean, it sounds pretty easy, right? I was like, wow, the bar is so low, only 8 minutes, and they're just standing there. There's a little bit more to it.
You knew there was going to be more.
Well, once I saw the box come out, I was like, oh, because it was a glass box with the hand holes.
Yeah.
And then there were goggles in there. I was like, oh, well, you know, if there's goggles, uh-oh. So immediately I'm like, I don't like this because you know there's going to be animals, insects, whatever. And we're just not for that.
We're not all about that.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
I know. So basically, like we said, if you make it the full 8 minutes, you bank the money for the prize pot. If you let go, you don't get the money, and whoever out of the duos, like whichever duo out of the pairing lasts longer, they're gonna be safe for the next murder.
Right.
If you are a loser, you are going to be vulnerable to be murdered.
Yes.
And if there's a tie, we're gonna get there because there were ties.
All right. So you had to hold the hands in the box, and the first present from Alan, the first wedding present.
Alan was having a ball, by the way.
He was enjoying this a little bit too much for being a vegan.
Yeah, I was like, Alan, you're a vegan. Like, you shouldn't be into this.
Even Lala was cringing.
Oh, Lala was there and she was all dressed up.
Lala was just like, Daddy, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm a posh dog.
Yeah. So, like you said, the first present was millipedes. They're not gonna hurt you. They're just chilling.
Some of the people didn't even want to look at them.
Well, Chriselle, before they even placed the millipede in the box, was like, bleh! So she pulled her hand out.
She's a hatch blower.
And Dolores was pissed. And I would have been too.
I don't blame her because freaking Chriselle, I'm sure you've touched worse. Yeah.
Jason?
Yeah, exactly.
No. All right. Well,
why don't you put Jason in the box?
Hatch blower. She was out in 15 seconds, if even. So that means I think
it was 15 seconds.
Yeah. Dolores and Chriselle eligible to be murdered. Sierra and Rob, they're gonna be safe.
Right.
They're not,
because they won out of that duo.
Yeah, out of that duo. However, if they want to bank the money for the prize pot,
they still have to hold on.
They need to keep it together for 8 minutes. So Sierra was really freaking out, but I gotta say, Rob was doing a really good job of keeping her semi-calm, keeping her in the game, asking her questions like, when's your birthday?
Right.
She's like, I don't know, December 23rd.
What are we eating when we go to LA?
Yeah. So he was doing a really good job of distracting her and keeping her going. So that was kind of sweet to see.
Yeah.
The next present, tailless scorpions. Oh. I mean, if they don't have tails, though, you can't get stung, right?
I think, don't they still have like little pinchers or something?
I don't know. I don't know how this work.
I would never go on this show.
No.
I would be Alan's assistant who was just standing there eating popcorn.
Fergus. Oh my God. He was cracking me up.
Looking crazy.
We got like one shot of him in this whole episode and he served.
He delivered.
Yeah. Tom Sandoval was also struggling with the presents. He didn't want to look at them. And he was making some faces too, like
yeah.
At one point he got like it was pretty wild.
Yeah, he's a bit much.
Yeah. The next present was not just placed into the box.
Ugh.
It was like confetti, like bug confetti.
Bug, garbage, dirt, confetti.
See,
parts.
This one really bothered me because these bugs are being dropped onto them.
Right.
There's a good chance some of them are going to get stepped on and not make it.
Or go in their mouths.
Okay, that's another thing. Why were people like, ah, like close your damn mouth.
Shut your mouth.
Close your mouth. Do you really want those guys potentially going in your mouth?
Bad.
I don't think so.
He's being so naughty.
Bubby, please.
I don't know what to do for him.
I'm trying to work, Bubby. Bowie, we're going to have to start setting up that gate again. Shawnee, can you bring Bowie to the living room with you?
As if.
You never know.
Sean said, time for Bubby, a soda. Gotta crack it.
Just relax, baby. Oh, God. Okay, so, yeah, the bug confetti. I mean, I think they're also getting, like, sawdust on themselves because, like, the bugs
was
were in
it
there.
Sawdust or was it bug
dirt?
Poop?
That's a lot of poop if that's poop.
Well, I mean, they do poop, you know?
I don't know. That would be a lot of poop.
We got a super chat from Jay.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Jay is the one who ordered the Nosferatu.
Oh, wonderful.
Jay says, I know this is off topic, but just excited for Nosferatu and want you to know there for me and my bestie, we went to the theater and saw this together. I love that.
So the Nosferatu now. That's this one.
Yeah.
So it's not for Sarah Sherman.
No.
Oh, damn.
I hope you love them. I'm really happy with how they came out. And I think they're really special and I hope
had
you
a
both
chance
enjoy them.
to bond with them as they sat on my sofa for a
day or
few
two.
days. Yeah.
Bowie, please.
I just don't know what to do for him.
I don't know. Thank you so much, Jay. I hope you get them soon and enjoy them. I took them to the post office just a few hours ago, about 5.5 hours ago. All right, but anyway, thank you so much. So Sierra again is freaking out. The bugs are raining down. Boston Rob is still trying to keep her calm. She's getting through it. I mean, they're getting close to that 8-minute mark, but then before the time is up, there's another present, and this time it's snakes. Snakes are one of my biggest fears, and I say this all the time when I bring that up. I wish them no ill will. I wish them no harm.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know. Yeah, I want to see them be okay. I don't want them to be, I don't like them being included in this, but I don't want them near me either. They scare me.
I'm not a big fan of snakes.
Yeah, the snake thing was not cool though, because like they were putting them on their shoulders. So like what happens if somebody like I don't know, what if the snake fell off their shoulders? Like, wouldn't it get hurt when it fell?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, don't snakes fall all the time?
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I think they're pretty tough.
I guess. I just don't, that's like kind of a long fall.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So that made me nervous. But the snakes seemed pretty chill, honestly. They were just slithering around. Nobody like got bit or anything from what we saw. But yeah, the snakes were snaking, and then 5 out of the 6 couples made it to 8 minutes. So that means that $22,500 were added to the prize pot. Do you think Chriselle feels like a loser because she ruined it?
I sure hope so, because she is.
She was the only one that bailed like that and messed it up for Dolores as well.
Like, ow!
Yeah. So like I said, everybody else made it through. But now what happens? Like they added all that money to the prize bank, but now they have to do tiebreakers to see who's going to be safe from murder. So,
this was gross.
They put the bugs back into the glass boxes.
And they had rings in there.
Yeah, each box had a ring in it, and you had to like dig through and find the ring and give it to your partner. And whoever did
reality
that,
TV wedding.
Yeah, whoever did that first, your duo was safe. And the other duo,
whose
loses.
weddings lasted longer? These or some of the bachelor ones?
A lot of these. It was funny because as they were walking into the woods for that wedding, I thought of Tom and Katie's wedding from Vanderpump. when Tom Sandoval wipes his eyes with the dog.
On Butters or
Rob says the first snake looked like it was defanged. Oh, really? I mean, I feel like even when they aren't defanged,
I don't even know what kind of snakes those were.
There's some sort of python, it looked like. Yeah, I think whenever they do this, they make sure the snakes are like really well fed, so it's not like they're like looking for food. Yeah.
Yeah. Not all snakes are poisonous.
No, a lot of them aren't, but
yeah,
some are. They wouldn't do that with like a poisonous snake, but still, like
yeah. But I don't think they all have fangs, do they?
I think all snakes have fangs, but they just don't have venom in them.
I don't know anything about snakes except that they're scary.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, some snakes are cute, even though I'm terrified of them. Their little faces, they got cute faces. I'll give them that. Some of them look evil. All right.
The thing about snakes that bothers me, though, is how they run without feet.
It's a little
you know
scary.
What I mean?
Yes.
They're just like
they slither.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do they do that?
That's kind of one of their main things.
Yeah.
So they had to go through the boxes and find the rings to figure out who was going to be safe. And again, I didn't like this because they're sloshing the bugs around. Some of them might get squished. Not into that. But what do you know? Ivar and Sam, 2 pieces of furniture. They find one of the rings, so they're safe.
Yeah.
Yay.
Good for them.
Go on, girl. Keep giving us nothing.
Yeah.
Danielle and Brittany, they're really getting it together here. Team Big Brother, they find a ring and they are also safe.
Oh boy.
Bowie, you're being so bad tonight. Okay, so that means let's talk about our people at risk here. So Tom and Dylan, eligible for murder. Dolores and Chriselle, eligible for murder.
Oh.
And Gabby and Carolyn. Oh, they're all on the same side of the book.
Oh.
Eligible for murder, except for Carolyn, because she is a traitor, so she's safe.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, I know, right? What a surprise.
I never would have thought.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting. We've mentioned this before. How many shields they've given out this season compared to the first two.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they've really restricted the pool from week to week on who can get murdered. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I like that they're doing stuff like that. I think it makes it really interesting. But yeah, it's different. Okay.
Because they used to only have 2 shields.
Yeah, and not even every week sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes there weren't any. But challenge is over.
Oh.
We are on the ride back to the castle.
On the long ride after you lose the softball game.
Yeah, you gotta go home.
Called out. That's some tough talks.
Well, Rob, he has seen his opportunity. He is pushing for Brittany.
Oh.
He's really trying to play up that angle that she could possibly be a traitor here.
Derek said so.
She hasn't really said much at the round tables.
Yes.
She knows strategy like this. She is one of the strategy gamers that's left here. But Tom Sandoval, he's putting in some work here. He's trying to build a case against Rob.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that Tom Sandoval is one of the ones making the most amount of sense here.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah. But like, if we look at who's left here, we got a lot of smooth brains in this cast.
We got a lot of donuts. We got a lot of bologna skin tires.
Yeah. So he's got his work cut out for him, trying to convince everybody that Rob is a traitor.
Mm-hmm.
Rob wants to make sure that he has enough votes here, not only to protect himself, but to take out Brittany. So he's like, I guess I should talk to my fellow traitors about it. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to squeeze through there.
I know.
Bowie, what are you doing?
He is on the S list tonight.
What are you doing, handsome?
He's being very naughty.
He didn't have his hemp treats, did he?
He did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did.
Oh. I think he's just hyped up. He's hyped up for this episode.
I think he has just decided that he knows what he can do to get stuff.
He's going to FSU.
He's like when mommy and daddy go out with their friends.
What are you doing? And
they act up and they're like, screw you. I'm just going to do whatever I want because I know I got you over a barrel.
I'm sorry. He's just giving me Mr. Peanut Butter vibes right now with his face. Bowie! Oh my God.
He pushed his way through.
He did. Okay. So Rob approaches Carolyn and he tells her, look, we need to take out Brittany tonight. I need you to vote Brittany out. And she's like, yeah, people are still kind of like throwing your name around. So she's just like, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. We love Carolyn.
I love her.
Okay. Rob also talks to Danielle about it. Mm-hmm. And she's like, because she's starting to get it back together with Brittany. Yeah. They're dancing around in the hallways
very badly.
They're having a blast. They're having fun.
It almost looked like they were drunk, but I know they weren't.
I think they were drunk on getting safety from being murdered. But banishment is still a possibility. But yeah, Danielle does not want to lose Brittany at this point, and she does not want Rob.
She already lost Derek. She needs Brittany any port in a storm.
She needs Team Big Brother.
Yes.
Now Brittany, she's chatting with some people and they're talking about what's going to happen. And she can tell these people are not making eye contact with her.
Right.
Things have changed. The vibe is off. She knows from Big Brother. It's not a good sign.
No.
When people stop making eye contact with you, there's a chill in the air, right? So she's like, oh crap, I might be in trouble here.
Yeah.
Not good.
I'm going to have to fight.
Yeah. Well, she can hold her own, so we'll see how it goes. But it's time for the round table. And Dylan starts things off, and he's like, all right, guys, I need to tell you what happened before the last murder. And he's like, Derek told me that Rob and Brittany, he thinks they're traitors.
I've already heard from Rob.
He's like, we've already heard the arguments about Rob, so let's talk about Brittany.
Defend your life.
And Brittany's like, I'm 100% a faithful.
Right.
And if you guys take me out tonight,
F you.
Also, you will be having the same exact conversation tomorrow night. And she's right. Like, this is the same
Wondering
thing.
if you should have taken out Rob.
It's the same thing week after week, except they just put in a new scapegoat
Yes.
up against Rob. So Brittany's like, don't do this. Don't vote me out. It's going to be a misfire. Don't do it. Rob starts jumping in. He's like, you're a traitor. I'm not. He's making the argument she is one of the only people who would be able to come up with a plan, like framing him.
Well, I thought...
Which I would be insulted if I was anybody else, that he was like, oh, nobody else can come up with a plan. Like a simple frame job here.
I thought Dylan's reasoning for singling out Brittany didn't make sense at all about how she was saying don't vote for Boston Rob.
Yeah,
that was round table.
That was his big argument. During the round table, Derek was telling him to vote out Rob, and Brittany was telling Dylan no. Well, her explanation was she was telling Dylan to go with his gut.
Right.
Because he seemed really unsure. And yeah. So then we get some other voices popping up that maybe we don't always hear from. Sam. And Sam's making a lot of sense. Sam is arguing it could be Rob.
I think there might have been some sort of information or something.
I think he literally I think he literally had a bug go in there. He had a bug in his ear.
It told him what to do.
It told him what to do. He was having way too much fun during that challenge. Being like,
he really was.
Tom Sandoval again making sense, saying he thinks it's Rob, but Rob. They start playing that while Rob is talking.
Yeah.
And he's like, why would it make sense for me to kill Derek? It would be so obvious if it was me. I wouldn't do it. Like, it would be so obvious because he was coming after me. So, like, someone's trying to frame me. So a lot of people were like, I was like, no. It seemed like they were kind of falling for it. But then it's time for the vote. So this vote was kind of a mess, which is not surprising for the season.
Really,
there were at least 2 people
who just threw their vote away.
Threw their votes away.
In the trash.
Chriselle threw her vote away. Voted for Tom.
Not a surprise. She's got a vendetta against Tom.
That's a bit much, though. Dolores, she also voted for Tom, I believe, and he was like,
if Chriselle keeps voting for Tom, she's got to be right sometime.
Maybe he'll get recruited. I don't know. Dylan voted for Gabby again, throwing his vote away. And I'm pretty sure at this point, Dylan's like, even if Rob's a traitor, I don't want to vote him out. That's the vibe that I was getting.
Well, I mean, that was no different than when Gabby thought that Nikki was a traitor. She was like, I'm not ready to let her go yet.
But I mean, we're getting down to it here. You need those votes.
Do you think there's going to be another recruit?
For a traitor?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think so.
Okay.
I think so. It might not be next week, but I think it'll be soon. So, yeah, they're throwing votes away.
Yeah, they probably would have teased it if it was next week, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. Rob and Sierra both voted for Brittany. I feel like Sierra is so far up Rob's ass. Everybody else voted for Rob, including both Carolyn and Danielle.
Yeah.
But okay, they were able to pull it off this time because
they had the support.
They had some dum-dums throwing their votes away. So
that's true. Rob
did not have the support that he had last week. Because I mean, it was close last week.
It was pretty close.
It was like a tie almost. So there was like one vote.
Right. It was either going to be a tie or not.
Yeah. So he didn't have that this week. So not Tom. Rob is banished. Oh my God. So it's time for him to step into the circle of truth. Everyone's like,
he cut right to the chase and he said, I am 100%
and will always be
a traitor.
Oh my God.
It almost looked like he flipped the bird on the way out, but I don't think he did.
Imagine.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone was freaking out. They're so excited. They can't believe it. They've caught another traitor.
For what is right and just.
That cracked me up.
Does Alan come up with these things himself? Or?
I don't know. I'm sure there's writers on this show that like give him lines to say, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. It's
kind of
just-
reminded me of Drag Race when they're like,
Yeah.
now prance, queens.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Drag Race, Rob being outed as a traitor, a lot of people are going back and putting the pieces together with what happened with Bob the drag queen.
Oh, did a traitor go after a traitor?
Yup. It's exactly what some people were saying, but you ignored them. Putting those pieces together, and it's all making sense now. Who's the next
It's
target
all
going to be, though?
making sense to me now.
Right?
Yeah.
But they can't celebrate for too long because Alan also reminds them somebody's getting murdered tonight. You don't just get a break because you got a traitor.
Right.
So
So dust off those outfits, kids, because you got to put on some fancy clothes because you're going to have to walk down the aisle again at the funeral.
I want to know, like, did they clean these costumes?
I think they were new costumes.
You think it was a double?
I don't know if it was a double
because there's like
or it was a different costume.
Bug poop and like snake juice on there, like
sweat, saliva,
all sorts of stuff.
Dirt.
I don't know. But
Alan's poop.
No, Alan did let them know this murder is going to be different. This is going to be face to face. Oh my God.
Stab me in the front, not in the back.
Yeah. So again, the people eligible for murder.
Yes. Tell me.
We've got Tom.
Oh.
Chriselle.
Oh.
Gabby.
Oh.
Carolyn, but not really. Dolores.
Yes.
And Dylan.
Oh
my God.
Who do you think's going to get murdered?
We'll get there. The traitors meet. We're down to 2 traitors. Danielle and Carolyn, sister traitors.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're kind of back together now that Rob is gone?
For a split second.
I do feel like Danielle was being genuine about wanting to work with Carolyn.
But I think that can all be rescinded in a hot second.
Well, Carolyn was like, you're not putting me above Brittany.
That's true.
Danielle's claiming that she is, but Carolyn's like, I don't think so. I don't blame Carolyn for being skeptical.
How is Carolyn so perceptive?
She's
and
so good
at this format.
I know.
She was just made for this.
I mean, she's great at Survivor too, so I had a feeling she was going to be good at this. But yeah, she's very, very talented. But they're talking about how they're going to work together. Carolyn says she's going to take it a day at a time. Then they need to figure out who are they going to murder.
Murder.
I don't know. I feel like we didn't really see that much of the conversation about that. It was more so like, oh my God, they're going to be so shocked when they see that it's us.
Yeah.
So all of the potential murder victims are walking into the church one by one in their fancy outfits.
In their fresh outfits. The coffin is propped up on the... Oh, do you think they're just going to climb in the coffin?
So I think they turn around and whoever...
Yeah, but after they get murdered, do you think they're going to throw them in the coffin?
I mean, maybe, because then they showed them carrying the coffin out later.
Yeah.
So
they're getting in there.
Yeah, or at least pretending to. At least making it look like it.
Yeah.
So...
Movie magic.
Yes. Everybody walks up to the coffin one by one, and they're like, talking about how they either are okay with dying, don't want to die. Tom Sandoval said, I can die a happy man because I
took out a traitor.
Proved something to myself. Okay.
Is this the first time you're doing this sober?
Yeah. Dolores went very New Jersey.
Yeah.
She was like, traitors, come and murder me because I'm coming after you.
Yeah.
Chriselle was all like, Gabby was all, traitors, don't,
oh my God.
Murder me. I don't want to be murdered.
Oh my God. That's a great Gabby.
Thank you. She
Gabby
seems like a sweetheart, but she's also very breathy.
When Gabby is murdered, is Alan gonna be like Gabby 1B? R.I.B.?
I don't know. I don't know if they'll do that same joke twice.
Because, like, isn't that funny that she only has 1, but it's usually 2, and Derek has 2, but it's usually 1?
Yeah, I know.
Remember when that was awesome.
Yeah. Well, anyway, everybody said their piece to the coffin. They make it look like, okay, it's time to turn around and find out who's getting murdered, but it's a cliffhanger. It's going to be a cliffhanger, right?
Yeah.
So we don't find out who was murdered, but
we have a suspicion that it's Dylan.
yeah. Okay, so when the girls were turning around, they were all just like they were kind of scared, kind of wincing, but then it didn't look like they saw anyone in front of them.
Who do you think was there? Do you think it was Alan?
I think Alan could have been there for some of them. Tom Sandoval was the last one that they showed, and he was all like, but
he's
I don't.
always
He's always like that. I don't think it's him. But Dylan was all like he had a little mouth open.
Yeah,
I think it's Dylan, but
I
who
think
knows?
So too.
I'm thinking Dylan.
But I would have said Dylan even without that.
Yeah, true.
So
it'll be interesting to see. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. Do you guys have theories on who it is? Benjamin says, I wish they would have just shown us the murder this episode. They were teasing it last week. I know. It would have been nice to just at least see who it was and then see the fallout next week. I would have been fine with that. We're coming back next week.
They're leaving you wanting more.
I know.
They want you to come back.
Yeah. Benjamin also says, I think it's going to be Tom after him sussing out Rob, but not sure. I don't know. I just feel like they're not super worried about Tom.
I think they're going to keep Tom probably as long as they can because he's just not a threat.
Yeah.
And he's not all there.
Yeah. True. Benjamin also says Carolyn and Danielle said in the preview you were just too much of a faithful. That's right. Which kind of does make me think that it's Dylan.
Because he was like Peter from last season.
Yeah, he gives off the Peter vibes to a certain degree. I think it's Dylan.
Yeah.
Mysteriously Kind says I think it's Tom. B-Bean says we need 3 episodes per week. It would go so quickly though.
I know, but I wish we had more in a season.
I know.
Like back in the old days when they would have like 26 episodes per season.
Benjamin says if they did murder Dylan, that would be dumb because isn't Dylan like helping them? Yes and no. I mean,
they're stupid. What do you expect? Hey, stop it.
Is he helping them though? I don't know that he is.
No.
Somebody posted a meme comparing Boston Rob to TJ from Recess. Was TJ the one that had the backwards hat? I don't know.
I feel like Boston Rob is looking more and more soprano every week.
Yeah.
Because he's got like those poly walnut grays. He's looking like a Dracula.
Yeah. Yeah, Benjamin, I think Dylan was only helping Rob. I think you're right on that.
Yeah.
I don't think he was with the girls as much.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was also something about like
Hanley thinks it'll be Chriselle.
Hanley thinks Chriselle?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it, just saying. Didn't they say something about how people weren't gonna know what to think? So I don't know. Like when they found out who was murdered.
Right. I mean, they're not really on to Carolyn. They kind of are to Danielle, but the person who was leading the Danielle charge, wasn't that Dylan?
I don't remember. I know the girls were talking about her crying a lot, but
yeah, but the girls don't give a shit.
Dylan still seems to have a bone to pick with Gabby, and I think he's also going to be on the Brittany train still because of what Derek said. Especially now that he knows for sure that Rob was a traitor, maybe he's gonna be like, "Oh, maybe Brittany is as well." They could keep Dylan for banishment because they could create a narrative that Rob recruited Dylan. Maybe, yeah. And there's so many different ways that it could go. Yeah. Oh, Sean Davis says they did a face-to-face murder on this last season of Traitors UK, and it was hilarious. Yeah, I'm excited to see what the reaction is going to be when the murdered person finds out who the traitors are. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, like I told you before, I was seeing on Instagram the people who have already been banished and murdered, what their reaction was to who the traitors were, and most of them were like, yes, Boston Rob. He's definitely traitor material. Danielle, yes. Sloppy though. And Carolyn, nobody had any idea that it was Carolyn. And Bob Harper's reaction was the best. He was just like, oh,
I'm gonna have to watch this video.
I never would have thought.
All right. Well, let's get into. We just have a quick mail time.
Oh,
Got to do this mail time while we're here.
we have a card
First
and
up,
a
we
box.
have a card. This card is from Connie.
Oh, Connie.
Connie is always way too good to us.
Yes. Yes, that is right. Most of the things in the house have a little sticker on it that says Connie.
Yeah. Oh, look at this cute cupcake.
It's a cupcake.
It sparkles. It shines.
I can't see it really. There you go. Look,
Glitter.
I'm a beauty influencer.
Yeah. Oh, Connie, thank you so much for
Oh,
the
wow.
cash. You
That's
shouldn't
very
have.
nice.
Connie says, Maddie, wishing you the most delicious birthday. My warmest birthday wishes to my favorite YouTuber and crocheter. Oh, much love always, Connie Daniels. Connie,
very sweet.
Thank you so much. You really are one of a kind,
Yes.
and we are so happy that you're a part of our community.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
Oh, we got another super chat.
Oh my goodness.
Blind Adventures.
Thank you so much. They said, hi, Maddie and Janet. Hello.
Oh.
Sending you all my best thoughts. Cannot wait for Big Brother 27. Love your updates. Oh, thank you.
That is very sweet of you and generous.
Yeah. Big Brother 27 is going to be really extra exciting this summer because we're going such a long time this year
without Big Brother.
There's no Big Brother Canada to warm us up and get us ready.
There's no anything.
Yeah, so it's going to be weird.
It is going to be weird.
It's going to be weird, but it should be interesting.
It's going to be tough to get back to work.
I hope it's a good cast.
It's going to be like when you go back to school after the summer and the first day is like, oh, I got all my new books and everything and this is exciting. And then reality sets in and they give you an essay to write for your first homework assignment.
Yep. But thank you again, Blind Adventures. And Benjamin, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you.
Benjamin says, happy belated birthday to you both. Thank you. We appreciate that.
I'm still celebrating.
Yeah, why not?
60 is a big one.
That's a big one. All right.
It is a big one.
We also have a very large box here.
You only turn 60 once. Or in my case, maybe more than once.
Yeah. I believe this is from Robin Sumner.
Oh, would you like scissors?
I might be able to get it.
Oh, use your nails. Claw your way.
I might not be able to get it. Do you have scissors nearby?
You can use the scritchy scratchy thing from this tape dispenser on it.
Got it.
Oh.
Yay. I got it.
I can't believe he settled down.
What is this? Bubby, good boy.
He was such a naughty boy tonight.
But he's a good puppy.
I know, but he was so naughty.
Baby, I love you.
Very bad, Bubby. You tired yourself out by being a jerk.
But overall, very good boy.
Okay.
He needs to hear that.
Corinne from season 1 of House of Villains. Won Worst Cooks in America against New York, Wes, and Frankie Grande. Wow. Is Wes making the reality TV rounds right now or what?
Well, that's the show where he was like, oh, I did another show with New York and we like bonded and she's a sweetheart. That's that show. But it came out after. Even though they filmed it before. That's so funny. Yeah, Wes has been on like everything this year.
He's got to pay those bills. He just had a baby.
Oh my goodness. Robin Sumner.
What is it?
It's a Hamilton Beach searing grill.
Whoa.
Wow. Oh my
goodness. My goodness is right.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Where are you going to put this?
I thought you would take it.
Where am I going to put this?
But you were saying you were going to take one of the George Foreman.
Yeah, but that's tinier.
Thank
you guys.
Wow. I'm shocked.
You can grill up some veggies on here.
Thank you so much.
Some tofu. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, guys.
Wow. I'm like in shock, but I'm very like overwhelmed. Thank you so much.
I didn't even know this was like a thing.
I didn't either. Wow.
Thank you guys.
Hamburger night.
You shouldn't have. Yeah, right? Yeah. Hamburger night. Burger night. Burger tonight. Removable hood, plate, and dip tray are dishwasher safe. Do you guys have one of these at home?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I'm just so shocked.
I know.
That is the last thing that I would have expected when it was in there.
I know. That's so nice, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Maddie, will you be having block party cookouts with the grill?
Yeah, right?
Imagine.
That would be a lot of fun.
I mean, you sure you don't want it at your place? Because like you do more entertaining than
Yeah, but I
do.
just don't know where I would put it. Oh, the gift note is stuck to the box.
Oh, okay.
Like this
box?
They probably saw it on the box.
Yep.
Oh God.
It's
Is it in there?
It's taped.
Oh, we'll just read it.
It says, "Happy birthday." Oh. I'm surprised. I've never seen them do this
Just
before.
read it.
We thought you could use this burger night and other things. We had originally bought you something else, but had to change it. Much love, Rob and Sumner from Rob and Sumner.
Oh, thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much.
That's really very thoughtful.
That is very thoughtful.
Because you know we love our burger night.
Burger tonight.
Burger tonight night on
yeah.
Fridays.
Sean D is going to be super excited.
Yes. And, you know, the Night to Shine thing, he actually is doing very well with it.
Yeah, that is relief.
I'm really relieved because that is usually something that is a very touchy subject.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really dreading having to deal with it.
Yeah.
So, dodged a bullet.
Yeah. Hopefully that will continue into the weekend.
Janet's implying that she should have the grill, Maddie.
Well, I mean, she does cook way more than I do. And if she has it here, I'm going to eat stuff from it. You know what I mean?
At least one night a week.
Yeah. So this is so nice, guys. Thank you so much.
And lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really very sweet.
Super sweet. Benjamin says, "Oh, I forgot to ask. Do we know if the Big Brother house is safe from the fires? Will they have to shoot in another location this year?" I think it was okay. Yeah, I think it was okay.
Yeah. Did you guys see the 550-pound bear that was hiding?
Yeah. Oh my God. It was such a sweetheart. Did you see the picture of him like under the, what was he, like under a porch or like in a,
I think he's like in a basement, like crawl space situation.
Oh my God, his little face.
They relocated him and they tagged him so they will know that he's
okay.
Safe. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to go ham making paninis with the grill. I love a panini.
Yeah.
That would be delicious.
I remember when you were in college was when I really started getting into those chicken scallopini.
Yeah. On the George
paninis.
Foreman.
Yeah. I mean, they're vegan ones, of course.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we didn't start out as vegan.
No, that was vegetarian.
They were vegetarian, so they had a slice of cheese on them, but they were definitely vegetarian.
Yeah. Oh no, Sheena says, I just read that Kelly Ripa's dog Chewy died. Oh, rest in peace, Chewy. It's so hard to lose a pet.
Yeah, I just saw the opening from their show, and they were like, "Yeah, we just lost Chewy."
Oh,
I think they had him for a very long time.
Yeah, that sucks.
It really does. I mean, they are part of the family.
They are.
Sometimes it's harder to lose a pet than a person. You know?
I mean, it's like your child in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's hard.
Because they're so innocent and they rely on you 100%, and they know when to hold you hostage when you're trying to do a live stream. Yeah.
Right, Bubby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's passed out now.
Well, he's going to start barking again
in a
minute.
The hemp's kicking in.
Yeah.
And the peanut butter.
Yeah.
You had to pay the stream tax.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. But anyway, it is about that time.
Oh, don't fret.
I gotta go home.
We're putting up a vlog tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm trying to settle into this new schedule, and I already screwed up because I missed somebody's birthday.
Oh, a shout out.
Yeah.
But it will be in tomorrow's.
It'll be
vlog.
in tomorrow's.
And the vlog will be on the Vegan as Fork channel.
Yes. Don't forget. The vlog is on the Vegan as Fork. The crochet is on the Granny by Nature crochet. And all of the reality TV
are here.
Is here. I forgot what channel we were on. It's very confusing sometimes.
You'll get it.
It really is. It really is.
God.
When we were trying to fix the links before, I was like, who am I? Who am I signed in as? What am I doing?
It's a lot to try and juggle 3 channels.
And then every time you change channels, you get that thing from YouTube that's like, is this you?
Yes. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you all so much for being here.
Sorry,
Sorry for Barks.
our dog held us hostage and made my brain hurt so that I couldn't keep up with the recap.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Thanks for handling it.
No, thank you.
No, it was bad.
Yeah, well,
I
we
didn't
tried.
know what was going on.
We did our best.
All I could think of was Barks.
Yeah. Thanks again to Connie so much.
And Robin Sumner.
Thanks to Robin
Thank
Sumner.
you so much.
So exciting.
I
And
really appreciate it.
we do. And thanks to all of our super chatters and everyone just for being here. So we hope you all have a wonderful week.
Yes.
We will see you in the videos. We will see you back here next week.
Yes.
And until next time,
Much
love.
love.
Good
Good
night, everybody.